welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real, metaphysical, and occult knowledge so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. This week, we're going to be discussing something that I think gets overlooked a lot. That is the side effects of magic. Ooh, yes, sirree. This day and age, I think it has come to the point where by and large, you got two schools of thought. Either A, magic has no side effects whatsoever. It is perfectly safe. You have nothing to fear. Yay! Or magic, side effects, bad, dangerous. Ooh, don't touch that. Brr, black magic, blah, blah, blah. Rarely is there a middle ground, but there is a middle ground. And honestly, as with most things in life, we can find more useful information and more truth in the middle ground. So, here at Working Dragon Mystic, I thought it was time that we talk about this. And for those who are new to the channel, hello and welcome. I am Drake. Hope you enjoyed the channel, our thoughts on different topics and the information we share. I hope you learned something. I hope it helps you and adds value in some way to your life, even if you disagree with me. And if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're notified anytime I release a new video with some new thoughts or new information that you could review and meditate on and decide if you want to use it in your personal path. All right, now let's get to this. Side effects. Well, let's start with this. The first thing is when you do magic, you are looking for a result. You are looking to make a change. Technically, a change would be a side effect of doing the spell, one way or the other. It is true we use the word side effect in a negative term most of the time, but a result is a side effect of doing it. So there is that. So we can get that out of the way pretty easily. But then a lot of people are always wondering, is there negative side effects to magic? There can be. And even some of the positive to neutral effects of magic, a lot of people view them as negative and can call those side effects. And by and large, they are a side effect of your practice. So one of these, for example, is you cannot look into a larger viewpoint without the larger viewpoint looking into you. It goes both ways, always. There is no way to observe something without being observed, okay? So the moment you step into magic, the moment you start to gain a larger view and understanding of the multiverse at hand, the multiverse at hand is more aware of you. And that's going to continue throughout your path. The more aware, more knowledgeable you become, the more aware of you everything else becomes. That's just going to happen. That's a natural progression. Every magician I've ever worked with has noticed this. Also, another side effect is your energy as you develop as a magician, your energetic body is going to grow. And that energetic body is going to grow means your thoughts are going to be able to start manifesting things by thought far easier. Now, most people don't see this too early when they start. Some see it quite early. But it is one of those things where it is very important that the magician starts to learn and understand discipline of thought early on. Because the longer you wait to discipline your mind, the longer or the harder it's going to be once that actually triggers. So I always make sure my students start to learn the discipline of thought quickly because it will manifest. Like if you start thinking about negative things, you're going to actually create negative things. We've all heard the law of attraction. And some of you even know that I make a comment that the law of attraction as it stands in the love and light thoroughfare, I don't buy into that. But law of attraction in itself, that's something actually, they're halfway on it. And when you look at the entirety of it, the whole of it, which is covered in the 28 laws, they break it down pretty well in there via the law opposites attract and like things attract. And they really detail it, works out a lot better. So what you think about, where you dwell mentally and emotionally, these are going to have effects. Your energetic body is going to draw what you dwell on to you. It is going to make those things come to you more often and easier. And that is a very, very important thing because I know a lot of people who they're negative Nellies. They start practicing magic in hopes that it's going to just improve their life in positive ways. And they start getting successes. They start getting things they want that makes them yay. But then they hit a negative patch and then things just start spiraling out of control worse than ever. It's not that the magic contaminated their life. It's that they were actually improving themselves to the point that when they started dwelling on the negatives, they started manifesting the negatives better. See, sometimes better isn't always good, is it? So if you're able to generate better negativity, that can be a problem. That takes discipline of mind to make sure you're staying in that positive frame. And that doesn't mean, when I say discipline of mind, I'm not saying that I require you to be 100% positive every moment of every day. That's unrealistic. No, I'm asking you to try and work to be aware of your thoughts, to seek to be aware of your thoughts, to seek and understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and always seek to put your thoughts and your goals and what you're doing in line with each other, so that wherever you're going, whatever your path is, whatever your destination is, and what your goals are, those things align up to get you there quick and easy. That way, your thoughts, even when you're not doing anything but thinking, your thoughts are going to be driving you forward. When you're doing spell work, it's going to drive you forward, and your thoughts are going to help open up pathways for the spell work. Remember, spell work takes the path of least resistance. So if we're building that path constantly, all the better. That's pretty simple. Now, one of the big ones that we run into a lot, and I get questions about this, got one recently. Does doing spell work have physical negative effects on you? The answer to that is yes and no. See, anytime you do spell work, if you're using your energy, you have a limited supply of energy within your body. Whether you call it energy, ether, spiritual essence, chi, ki, you have a finite amount within you. Now, as you grow as a magician, true, that amount will grow. Just like a weightlifter who keeps lifting, he can lift more weight. Same concept, basically. However, when it depletes, it depletes. Now, what we do also know is if you deplete this energy, ki, life force, whatever you want to call it, through physical means, maybe you're out hiking, maybe you're out running, maybe you're lifting, maybe you're gardening, maybe you're at work, you're not resting, you're not sleeping, you're not recuperating, and you're depleting your energy, your body becomes more susceptible to outside things. You can get sick easier. You can fall ill. You become more susceptible to depression and all these other things as well. Well, those things deplete your ether, your energy, your ki, whatever you want to call it again. We'll just go with energy here because it's easier. It's going to deplete that. And when that's depleted, your body physically becomes more vulnerable. In those cases, yeah, you could easily get sick. I've seen it happen a lot of times. Magicians overdo it. Magicians push too far, and they're using their own energy, and they fall ill. They get sick. Okay. However, there's an easy workaround. You are taught very early in magic, sometimes indirectly, which may or may not be the best way, that you should use other energies. Most ritual work we do, or spell work where we're calling up the elements, we are calling up elemental energy. And that's great. The energy's there in the space, but what they fail to tell people is to take that energy and put it into the spell work. So they just tell people, okay, now push the energy in. Well, if you're not pulling from the outside energy, if you're not grabbing that and putting it in, and you just suddenly grab something and start pushing energy into it, you're pushing your energy. You got all this energy around you. You just called up, but you're still pushing your energy. Now, inevitably, there's going to be some overlap in contact. So you may not notice it for a time or two, depending on how much energy you're putting into a working. A lot of beginners do maybe the candle spell here or there once or twice a week. Or even different candle spells daily, but they're putting such minuscule amounts of energy in it. And they're either youthful, where they're recharged quickly, or they're getting regular rest and whatnot. And so they may never notice it at those low levels. And that's fine. But if you start doing long-term workings with large amounts of energy, you can notice you depleting quicker. Or if you just don't rest. As someone who suffered from insomnia, I can tell you, If I was not utilizing outside energy during my bouts of insomnia, I would have been in horrible shape. I had to take those things into consideration very quickly. And that is why I have become so fond of using outside energy as opposed to my personal energy. It allows me to do more. And with my daily routine of ritual work that I do for myself or for others, that's kind of a requirement. Otherwise, I'd be taxed out and old Drake would be laid up in bed sick more often than not. Luckily, I rarely get sick because I'm mindful about that and I'm aware that there is a side effect. And I'm aware of what triggers that side effect. See, that's kind of how that happens. Second side effect. What is seen or learned cannot be unseen or unlearned. Once you are exposed to something, once you open a door, that's it. It's yours. There's a lot of people who come into magic and they dabble. They poke around and they think, well, if I don't like it, I'll just turn it off and that will be fine. Rarely is that the case. Whether you're developing your arcane senses, whether you're trying spell work of some kind, no matter what magic you choose to perform, you open a door that makes you a greater being because you're harnessing more knowledge, more understanding of the multiverse. And that draws attention in, as we talked about earlier, from the multiverse. And that attention is not necessarily going to be lost. Magic is definitely a forward momentum practice. And in truth, magic does not make your life easier. If you want an easy life, don't study magic. I know a lot of magicians who have stated this over and over and over and over again. And most people don't listen to them, so I doubt you'll listen to me. But magic does not make your life easier. From the outside, it may look like it does. But here's the difference. As a magician grows, as a magician develops his skills, he has more tools in his toolbox to handle more problems. And since we grow and develop through trials and adversities and stressors and difficult times, the more ability you have to overcome obstacles, the more obstacles the multiverse is going to throw at you. Pretty simple. That's how you continue to grow. That's why you will never plateau, is because no matter what you do, the universe, the multiverse, is going to throw more at you. And that's just the gist of it. So the question is, how far do you go? How far are you wanting to go? What is it you're seeking? And these questions will decide what a mage is wanting to do. Some mages, they just want to put a little extra money in their pocket. I've seen people who just want a little extra luck when they go to the casino. I've seen people who just want to grow a comfortable little stock portfolio. I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen people who literally do one spell to get a boyfriend or girlfriend. They meet that special someone, they get married, and they never do magic again because that was really all they wanted. And now that they have this relationship and this person, they feel complete. Some people may think that's shallow. Some people may think that's stupid. I don't. I think that if you get what you're seeking and you live your fullest life and you're happy, then I'm happy for you. Not everybody has the same goals. We are very different. Magicians are different. We have different reasons for pursuit. Yes, long-term pursuit of magic deals with self-mastery and self-empowerment. That is true. But what if you pursue that mastery or that empowerment to a point, and once you're there, you're happy? Who am I to say you're wrong? I'll tell you, I ain't nobody to say you're wrong. If it's working, if it's right for you and you're happy, more power to you. I'm happy for you. So just be aware of these things. Magic does have some side effects. And these are just the ones that I thought of while I was sitting here answering emails. And I'm sure if I sat down and made down a list and pondered and philosophized and thought about it, we could probably continue this list much further. I wanted to do this quick video to point out some of the major ones. Because that's just how it is. The more you work with energy, the more attuned to energy you get, the more you're going to be able to perceive it. And some people think this is great. I can perceive energy. I understand it better. Could be. Some people would view that as a bad thing, though, because the more you can perceive it, the more sensitive you become to it. And that means environmental energies from when you go shopping or whatnot is going to have a larger effect on you. And then you're going to be required more and more, depending on how that energy is making you feel, to shield constantly. That could feel like a negative or a hassle. Some people don't think so. Some people are okay with it. There are perspectives of what the side effects would be. And in fact, if you've watched this video, I would ask you, without attacking religions or getting preachy or bringing politics or, anything like that, what do you think some other possible side effects, positive or negative, of practicing magic can be? And then remember, leave religion out. Okay? Leave religion out. I better not see anybody, you're going to hell, Jesus loves you. Don't need that. Same thing from the pagans. I don't need religious preaching. We're talking just the magic. Keep religion out of it here. But I would like to hear your input on what that might be, and if we left anything out. I think that'd be a great discussion to start in the comments below. And also, join us on a live stream sometime. We go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Magical Coffee Hour here at Working Dragon Mystic. Again, subscribe and turn on notifications so you're aware of any time we live stream. And if you'd like to support the channel, we got super thanks down there below. You can give us a donation just to say, hey, thank you for the work you're doing. Or if you want to do a bit more long-term support, we do have channel memberships below with 3 different tiers, different perks in each tier. And tier 2 and tier 3 actually get the benefits of monthly spell working, done for all members. And then tier 3 actually gets a bit more customization to their monthly spell working, as well as early access to courses and discounts to merchandise and courses at the online school over at workingdragonmystic.com. And merchandise wise, if you want one of these like cool little dragon's eye mugs here, you can get them there. Great for drinking your coffee and up. Okay. Until next time, everyone, I'm Drake. This has been Working Dragon Mystic. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.